Okay. So sorry about that, guys. Okay. All right. So I'm hope so. Sorry about that. Okay. So hopefully that fixes it. It still says I'm getting dropped frames, but not at all like I was. Let me see. It's click on a stat here, so I guess I need to see all of it. It says I'm experiencing issues, but I don't know. I just don't understand what's wrong. Okay, well, either way, we're just going to push forward. If it starts zeroing out again, then that's just too bad. I mean, I've had zero issues here ever since we've ever started. So, I don't know. Oh, it might be Twitch. Well, we'll see. Either way, okay, we're going to get started. So, what we're working today on the Kelpie. And, of course, you can see the Kelpies here. They're both painted in this sort of nice warm green tone. Okay, and you can see them both. Oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong picture setting. Boom, there we go. So you can see them both here. Now then, I thought today, instead of just doing one, because we're doing the exact same technique on the same miniature here or whatever, the same style here, same color, whatever, it's not necessarily super beneficial for everybody to be doing the same thing. So instead, I was thinking, why don't we do one that's kind of like a regular kelp color and another that is like red kelp, because we can actually do both with the colors that we have. So it should be pretty fun, and it won't be too crazy to get started. And we're going to be doing it actually on this sculpt, the same sculpt here. Now that I had two of these in my setup for today, so hopefully you guys have both of the correct minis, and if not, obviously send a help email out, help at Reaper Mini. Oh, see, my connection's bottoming out. Dang. Okay, I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it is. Maybe it is Twitch. I hope it's nothing too unbearable today, but. First thing we're going to do is we're going to grab Viper Green, and we're going to grab Succubus Kiss. And we're going to make washes out of both. This is how we're going to start off the red kelp version and the regular kelp version. But I hope you all had a good rest of your week. I know the last time I saw you, it was still ReaperCon, which is kind of crazy to think that it came and went. But, and I had my better, I think, oh, it's right here. I was like, where'd my brush go that we've been using here? Over the weekend, over on Patreon, we had fun. We did our basic level this weekend, and we did I forget her name. You got two of the same pose minis? Okay, well, if that was the case, that definitely is not correct. So if it isn't too much of a pain and or you feel like it, please do send an email to help at reapermini.com, because that is a mistake. So first miniature here, though, I'm just going to all over make a wash out of Viper Green, and we're just going to apply it over the entire thing. Now then, if you didn't zenithal your miniature, feel free to just do a full-blown application right all over the mini with Viper Green. It's a lot of good pigment involved with that color, so I wouldn't be too awfully concerned. Let me crank that down one. There we go. In terms of your coverage, it'll probably take you 2 coats. But We had fun this weekend working on the Bard and Rufus. And I had talked to the people in the class about how I was considering doing the base kind of cool, but I decided just to do a regular 2-for-1 little base extravaganza, getting them put together. This weekend we also have the Hobby at Home class on Saturday, the Graveyard Golem. So of course, now then, you can no longer purchase this to take part in the live class, but it'll be available discounted after the class happens. So you'll still get this miniature in the mail. You just won't take part in the live class. So this is happening this weekend. Very excited about that. And then, like I said, we painted up Rufus. So yeah, I really like the dog. I think the dog turned out super great. The rest of the miniature was cool too. The outfit really stands out. A lot of good contrast. But yeah, I think I haven't painted such a happy dog for sure. So now using Succubus Kiss, I'm going to make a wash as well. And we'll be rocking and rolling with that. Yep, still looks like the connection is not liking Twitch today. Very weird. I'll have to monitor that. Or have my ISP do a hard reset and see if that helps. Yeah. That's crazy. I haven't seen my connection literally zero out before at this house. Very concerning. Sorry, guys, of course. Not intentional. I'm not trying to punish you with crappy stream. All right, so then the other style here. Yep. Make sure you drop yours. That's how you get the best results. And this color scheme works well because Heraldic Red and Goblin Skin will work really nicely for sort of that sort of muted. You know, what's interesting about red kelp, if you look it up, or like red seaweed online, red algae, whatever, it has this really deep kind of like rosy nature to it, but the transparency of it takes it in kind of like an orange direction. So that's great for us because this palette has those colors built in. So very fun. But I'm pleased with this application. So I'm just going to go over one more time to lower down the body I go here. And there we go. Okay. And surprise, surprise, we're just waiting for things to dry, of course. Now then, it probably won't take too long. You can see the body is already drying on Kelpie number 1, so not too insane. Shadow says, I think Reaper should have a contest for the entire encounter in which the kid is painted and to make an encounter diorama for it. That'd be pretty cool. I think the only person really that's been doing that has been Byron. We'll always have scenery that matches the kit, which is pretty cool. And then I know that the Discord channel disappeared briefly, and it wasn't just mine. It was also the Luca channel, and then the Proctor's channel disappeared briefly. So I know that they restored those because people started messaging me, and I was like, "Oh, hey, this is gone," and then they fixed it. So don't fret if you were wondering where all that went. And then I'm trying to think too, the winners from last week's stuff, I have your contact information, so I'm going to be reaching out to you guys when we're done today to make sure you are where you need to be, or at least in communication with me. And what else do we have? Oh yeah, and I'm doing a paint giveaway, so for celebrating hitting 8,000 likes, not followers, on Facebook. I'm going to be giving away 100 MSP paints. I know when I posted about it sometime last week, I was 100 likes away, and then now we're almost at 8,200. So we rapidly blew past that. But definitely keep an eye out for that if that is something that you're interested in. You just have to, you have to like the page, follow the page, whatever, on Facebook. and you'll see whenever I make that announcement. I'm not sure 100% if I want to make it just kind of like a winner take all kind of thing, in terms of like, or not winner take all, but just kind of like hit the like button on the post and then somebody wins, or if you have to engage a little bit. So I still have to figure that out. I'm just checking to see where we're at right now. Yeah, so we're at 8,197, which is really cool. But so I just have too much paint here, and I just need to get rid of it. So it'll probably be all of the ReaperCon stuff, so like the MSP commemorative set, and then the 2 fast palettes that came with ReaperCon. So those will go with it, and then pretty much a ton of paint that I either like barely touched one time. So like the paints that I'm using today, I'll never use again, just because I only use so many colors. I think I use 34 colors now total. And so it'll be paints that I just barely touch, or I tested for poison, I think is the way that I put it. So, but yeah, I mean, it'll probably be more than 100 paints, but I'm definitely counting out 100, and then we'll go from there. And you'll be doing me a favor by clearing up a lot of space, because I have way too much. All my phthalo green, never trash. You're banned for even making that comment. But that is coming up, so definitely keep an eye out for that. But yeah, I think that's really all I have kind of in terms of fun, exciting things, really. Big thanks to everybody that's been buying stuff on Amazon. As always, you helped me out a lot with that. I know last week the lights that I use here in the studio were on sale for the cheapest price I've ever seen them in over like 2 years. I know a ton of people bought them, so I think I got $1.80. So I got rich off of every purchase. But hey, I think like 20-something people bought them. So hey, that's like $20. So thank you everybody. Remember, you can do all of your regular Amazon shopping as well if you click if you just click the Amazon shop link on my website, minipainting.studio, and then just shop how you normally would, and I'll get a kickback from anything that you purchase. So big thank you to everybody that always tries to do that. And then yeah, is that it? So yeah, Patreon plus the lesson winner emails going out. Hobbit Home this weekend, Patreon last weekend, Amazon, and the paint giveaway. Cool. That's like really all of my go-to stuff. Now then, you can see our regular Kelpie is drying nicely. We can go a little bit closer. Let's see. There we go. Now then, you can tell we do a little bit of changing here. Now, the way that I separated out the 2 tones in the green, on the body, I end up highlighting up with Null Pelt and some white, and then on the actual kelp, right, I did white only. So that's what we're going to be doing there. We're going to do something similar. Now, hold on. I have an invader here. This is a kitty you guys haven't seen before. She's out with us today. So this is Tally. Meow, meow, meow. Tally, you want to say hi? Okay, she's just going to sniff the mic. But she's loose. Arthur's taking a nap. They can't really hang out together, but very rare Tally appearance. She's never said hello on stream before. What's funny is she was looking at herself on the other other monitor here. All right, Tally, you gotta go. Bye. Okay. So, that's kind of the funny part about today. We just need this to dry, and then we're ready to rock and roll. And we're doing it on both, so it's kind of like, all right, we're just waiting. But I'm excited too. Now I know you guys know the Shadow Dragon from Bones 5 that I painted up. Now there's cat hair all over my workspace. There's cat hair everywhere. You should see the tumbleweed of cat hairs that collect on the ground whenever we run our little vacuum robot. But so that is going to be actually headed to Reaper HQ because Ron had asked for it so he could show it off on Reaper Live or one of his shows he's on. And then hopefully I'll be doing some more painting for Bonesy or whatever, we'll see. I just kind of said, hey, send me whatever. I'm hoping maybe I get to do some chronoscope stuff, anything with a bunch of non-metallic metal, anything with OSL, anything with a bunch of color is kind of what I've been asking for. So hopefully that pans out nicely. But okay, the next color that we're going to need is Null Pelt. So we'll go ahead and mix that in. And then I don't actually have the link here, but I'll probably end up reposting it on Facebook. But I do have a Discord now for Mini Painting Studio. I had one previously linked to Patreon, but I just decided to open one up to kind of hang out there and talk to people And it's been fun. We've been voice chatting and doing whatever over the last week. And then some people too have been posting, paint jobs there to get advice from me and stuff like that. So I'm sort of branching out. That I don't really like Discord for anything other than voice chat. I mean, it's cool when it's not super busy, right? So like obviously ReaperCon was pretty overwhelming for me, but we've been enjoying doing that. Prime kit number 5. I don't even know which kit is kit number 5. I don't know the numbers at this point. Is that the last kit or this kit? Or I don't know. Number 5 is the desert kit? Is that what it is? Oh, and let me bounce out on this guy. There we go. So I'm going to take some of the Viper Green and do a 50-50 mix with our Null Pelt. And this will be kind of our base tone to build up the body. Number 5 is alive. Number 5, that reminds me of Umbrella Academy. Sydney and I binged Umbrella Academy in the second season, and then we moved on to we started watching Raised by Wolves, and first of all, I just kind of hate it. Just kind of my first impression, but I'll go into it further. I hate the fact that the kid's name is Campion. Like they wanted to say champion, but they just like left the H off, so like that already bothers me. But the pacing of that show is so slow that like I just can't get into it. But then we started watching Lovecraft Country, and I love that show. So like last night was the premiere of a new episode, and it was pretty crazy, but we've been kind of trying to wrap our heads around that one. Definitely. So now what I'm doing is I'm just taking that 1-to-1 mix of the Viper Green and Null Pelt to come in here, put it up on the face, pretty much anywhere where my zenithal was showing through. Now, of course, if you didn't zenithal, just apply it in the same areas, right? I'm just starting to rebase coat the miniature in terms of where all those highlights would begin. There we go. Chewy Boots, late to the party. It's fine. The connection to Twitch was like really bad earlier, so the first like 7 minutes of the stream was a dead stream where I was just trying to reconnect and reset my router, and it's still kind of being weird. It's not as bad. It's like half as bad technically, because it had said that I had dropped like 20% of all frames, and now I'm at 11%. So I don't know, really weird connection issues. But everybody is saying Mocha had issues too earlier, so I'm just gonna say today's one of those days. I don't know. We have had epic amounts of rain as well, and anytime there's my connection's just being so weird right now, really bad actually. It's funny, I stopped talking because I saw it go down to 100 kilobytes a second. Maybe I'll have to call the provider. But anytime there's a lot of rain around here, there always seems to be problems. And boy, have we had rain. All right, so we've got a nice, let's see, we've got a nice little coat going on there. Twitch being twitchy, as they like to do. Oh, I had fun too. I forgot about that as well. We did the Friday night paint party with Kevin from Hulk's Workshop. I know a lot of people took his Galaxy painting class for ReaperCon Live this year. But yeah, so every Friday I'm wanting to do... I need to write that down too. Hold on. We'll do it right here. Boop. So I won't forget about that. Okay. But every Friday I'm going to be getting a painting friend live, and we'll do a little double paint fun and check stuff out. Discord was being funny that night too, because we were looking to review people's work, and I only saw half the submissions, which was kind of funny. But You know, we're wanting to pull people in to chat, talk to them, and just talk about whatever. It reminds me a lot of when I had the painting podcast that I was trying to pull off before the. Really, it was like towards the end of last year. The paint cast when I was working on that, and I interviewed a ton of people: Dave Taylor, Shoshi, Dave Cecil, Dave Colson. I mean, Gregory, a ton of Reaper alum, award winners, you name it. But it really reminded me of that because we were just kind of hanging out, talking about painting, talking about whatever. But this week, I don't know who's going to join. I'm going to ask a couple people and see if they'd be interested. And we'll do the thing again and have a good time. But so now I'm just taking that Null Pelt and layering it directly on top. And what's interesting about Null Pelt is that it's a color on its own that you wouldn't really think is like a really not was the paint along Twitch and Facebook? Yeah, it was on Twitch and Facebook. It was on everything. It was cool. We got rated a couple times on Twitch, and then I got a couple of Twitch subs, but Twitch doesn't like to pay you. Twitch literally hangs on, like, they don't let you cash out, so I would have to literally get like 200 subs before they would allow me to cash out. So that's why I never ask for subs on my Twitch channel. But yeah, it's on all platforms, everything like that. Yeah, we'll see who we get for this week. Should be a lot of fun. But I'm happy with this. And yeah, Null Pelt, again, right, is like this really muted green. It's not super, super bright or saturated. And what's interesting about it is when you put it on top of a very saturated green color, both of them play off of each other really well. And that's why we're using it here. I think it just is great. And I'm doing all of my highlighting with just our light source from above. Nothing too crazy here. All right. Now then, I'm going to get a little bit of white to bump up our Null Pelt color here. Painter's choice on whichever white you'd like to use. And I just kind of bumped it up a brush tip full. Nothing too crazy, but just enough so that I can really increase my edge work and highlights. Now then, we can't really follow our typical face structure here, since there's no nose, but I'm just doing the top where the nose would be across the cheeks and in the chin. And that should get you to a nice highlight. Yeah, a lot of that too trash would be the pigments reflecting off of the green underneath it, making it appear more saturated. I'm assuming if you painted Null Pelt on top of something, Null Pelt, if you did it on top of something that was brown, so brown, like rust brown, or even Succubus Kiss, something like that, it would be much more desaturated. And then I just took that highlight color and followed the curvature of the hip there to make it look rounder and shinier. Same thing on the shoulder. I'm just following the volumes, so like the shapes, the basic shapes that all these different parts of the body are. Just give us a better highlight structure. And it's really pretty easy. That's pretty much it. You can see the hip looks really nice. Go to the back. Do the same thing. like so. And we'll flip it. Okay, I'm happy with that. So you know what that means? We're going to bounce over to our red kelp. So I'm going to grab Heraldic Red. That's going to be our first color. Same way that we used Viper Green, we're going to use Heraldic Red in terms of our highlighting. And same thing we did last time. I'm going to do a 50-50 mix. Succubus Green, Heraldic Red. That was a 20-minute paint job. Well, it's not done. Just the skin. But same idea here. We're just going to be coating up. And then on this one, do go ahead and coat everything as well, all of the other vegetation. And I'm really just going to overbrush down towards the bottom here. And I looked up the kelp here to make sure that my colors made sense. And it looks pretty good. Or it looks pretty achievable, I should say. That's what I mean by it looks good. Looks like something we can pull off relatively simply. And then just overbrushing the hair. Okay, flip it to the back. Applying most of this as a glaze as well.
I am back, by the way.
Hey, yeah, so I don't know if it's Twitch or me, but people are saying, like, my connection keeps dropping completely. And people have been saying other streamers are having problems today too, so I don't know.
Yeah, your bitrate on my end says 1400, which seems kind of low. I don't think you have it set like that, do you?
No, so it's... Oh, now it's really bad. Okay, now it's not. Because it keeps going from like 7,000 and 9,000, and then it just like... Now it says 12,000. So I'm not sure what the deal is, but I reset my router literally like the second we started the stream because I noticed it, but it hasn't seemed to have affected anything.
Yeah, it looks like it's coming into restream. It's going 30 FPS and then it's spiking to 10K, back down to 1500, and then
Weird day, I suppose. First day, really, I've had any problems since we've lived here, so I will investigate whenever we're done, unfortunately. All right.
Yeah, I'll let you know if there's any issues on this end as far as like what I can report.
Because, yeah, I mean, I monitor the bitrate headed out, and I mean, it's pretty much the same thing you're saying. Like, it'll drop to 2,000 here in about a second. All right, so now then on the hair up here, I'm going to take some of that thin wash that we had made previously of our Succubus Kiss, and I'm going to go into the hair. Just to add some dimension.
So, what did you do this weekend?
Well, now it says my stream is at 0 kilobytes for real.
I don't see that on this end. It says 1100.
Okay, yeah, because my OBS just says 0.
It just went offline.
But see, we're connected just fine.
Yeah, Discord seems to be. Oh, it's back up again.
That's what I don't understand is like why Discord would be okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you sound fine on Discord as well.
Yeah, because in theory, if your internet was dropping, then oh, and there goes the stream.
Huh. Yeah, my bitrate right now is like really bad.
You're sounding a little choppy on my end through Discord. Do I sound choppy to you?
No, you sound fine. Yeah, I mean it's just so bad.
Let me check and see if Restream's having issues. I don't think it is. Normally it pops up a window. Also, for what it's worth, although it's not, we're having stream issues. When the stream finishes, want to let people know that today is Mike Disney's birthday.
Oh yeah.
Actually, my birthday was on Saturday too, so
Happy birthday, Justin.
I don't want your happy birthdays.
Hey, I tried to eat lunch with you on Friday, right?
Good, I appreciate that. Thank you. I turned. Wait, how old are you now, Josh?
30.
Yeah, I was supposed to say I turned 30 on Saturday. The over the hill jokes ensued.
Over the hill used to be when you hit 50.
Oh, I know. And now it's like, I might as well be dead.
It is 2020. Well, in terms of the stream, guys, there's nothing I can do for you. So, if it's me, I can't do anything about it. We were fine for 45 minutes. So, all I've done now is I've added white to our original Viper green to go in and start highlighting up the other kelp.